as if you are the best, because deep down you are. The only thing holding you back is the belief that someone else is above you, that someone else deserves more than you. But the truth is, no one is better than you. People can act confident. They can play the part, but confidence is nothing more than a mindset. And if you decide right now that you are the best, your energy will shift, your aura will expand, and the world will start to respond to you differently. Stop walking into rooms with your head down, waiting for validation, walking as though you own the place, because you do. People feel energy before they even hear your words. They notice how you carry yourself, how you breathe, how you look at the world. When you decide to act like you are the best, everything about you changes, your posture, your tone, your silence. It's not arrogance, it's power. Power is silent. Power doesn't need to announce itself. It doesn't need to prove anything. When you know you are the best, you don't chase, you don't beg, you don't compete. You simply exist. And people feel it. So stop playing small. Stop thinking someone else is better, smarter, prettier, stronger. Stop making idols out of people who are just as human as you. The second you realize that no one is above you, you unlock a new level of life. Suddenly, doors open, opportunities come. People respect you because you respect yourself. Every time you doubt yourself, remind yourself of this. There is no one on this earth who can be you. Your uniqueness is your strength. And when you act like you are the best, you start to embody it. You attract experiences, people, and success that align with that mindset. So act as if, speak as if, move as if, think as if, because the way you act shapes the reality you live in. The best version of yourself is already within you, waiting for you to finally own it. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for validation. Step into your power now. Act as if you are the best, because you are. Confidence is not something you wait to feel before you act. Confidence is something you choose. It's not about being given permission. It's not about people telling you that you're good enough. It's about the decision you make within yourself. When you decide to carry yourself as the best, your energy immediately changes. People notice the shift, even if they can't explain it. They feel it in your presence. They feel it in the way you walk into a room, the way you sit in silence, the way you look them in the eye. Confidence is a mindset, not a title. Most people are waiting for something external to validate them before they feel confident. They're waiting for achievements, compliments, or approval. But here's the truth. Confidence doesn't come after those things. Those things come after confidence. If you don't decide you're the best now, no achievement will ever feel like enough. You'll always be chasing more because deep down you'll still feel unworthy. That cycle never ends unless you break it by choosing to believe in yourself without evidence, without proof, without validation. Think about it. The people you admire, the ones who walk with certainty and speak with authority, they're not necessarily more talented, more beautiful, or more intelligent than you. The difference is they decided to act as if they are the best. They carry themselves with a sense of power, and the world believes them. That's the secret. People don't question confidence. People respond to it. And if you want others to see you as the best, you have to first act as if you are. When you step into this mindset, you start to notice how much your posture matters. The way you stand, the way you breathe, the way you take up space, all of it communicates something. Do you shrink or do you expand? Do you look away or do you hold eye contact with calm certainty? Confidence is not about speaking the loudest or demanding attention. It's about the quiet, unshakable energy that says, I know who I am. That's the energy that makes people respect you before you even open your mouth. Confidence also shifts your silence. There is a difference between insecure silence and powerful silence. Insecure silence feels heavy, awkward, like you're waiting for someone else to acknowledge you. Powerful silence is magnetic. It makes people lean in. It makes them wonder what you're thinking. It makes them want to hear you when you finally speak. That is what happens when you act like the best. You don't beg to be heard. People naturally want to listen. But you have to understand, this is not arrogance. Arrogance is loud, desperate, constantly needing to prove itself. Confidence doesn't need proof. It just is. When you know you're the best, you don't chase people's attention. You don't over-explain yourself. You don't compare. You exist in your truth and people feel it. Arrogance seeks validation, but true confidence doesn't care. It stands tall with or without an audience. And here's the thing, when you decide to act like you're the best, you start attracting opportunities you never imagined. People treat you differently. Doors open for you, not because you're pretending, but because your energy finally matches the level of success you deserve. The world mirrors what you believe about yourself. If you believe you're unworthy, you'll be treated that way. But if you believe you're the best, you'll naturally command the respect and opportunities that align with that belief. So stop waiting. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting to be chosen. Stop waiting for someone to tell you that you're good enough. If you keep waiting, you'll be waiting forever. The truth is, no one is going to hand you confidence. No one is going to crown you as the best. You have to crown yourself. You have to step into that role and embody it before the world sees it. You don't need to prove your worth. You just need to live it. Wake up and decide that today you are the best version of yourself. Not tomorrow, not when you achieve something, not when people notice. Today, every choice you make, every word you speak, every step you take should come from the energy of someone who knows they are the best. That energy will transform your life. Confidence is contagious. When you believe in yourself, others start to believe in you too. But if you doubt yourself, if you constantly question your worth, people will mirror that doubt back to you. The world is simply a reflection of how you carry yourself. Carry yourself like you are the best, and the world will respond accordingly. You don't need anyone else's permission. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to prove why you deserve respect. Decide, act, be. That's the formula. Confidence is not something you chase. It's something you embody. And once you embody it, no one can take it away from you. Act as if you are the best, because the only thing standing between you and that reality is the decision to believe it. No one is above you. That truth alone, if you fully absorbed it, would change your entire life. You walk around thinking others are better, stronger, more worthy, more deserving. You put people on pedestals as if they are some higher being, as if their existence has more value than yours. But here's the reality. Every single person you admire, every single person you compare yourself to is human. They wake up, they breathe, they make mistakes, they feel doubt, they struggle, they bleed. They are not above you. The only difference is that they might carry themselves with more certainty. And you have been trained to believe certainty equals superiority. Stop idolizing people who are just as human as you. You hand over your power every time you look at someone and think they are out of your league, untouchable, unreachable. Do you realize what you're doing to yourself when you think like that? You are lowering your worth before even giving yourself a chance. You are agreeing to live beneath others when you were born equal. No one is born above you. The world conditions you to believe hierarchy exists, but it doesn't, at least not in the soul. The second you internalize this, you start living differently. You stop chasing people who do not see your value. You stop clinging to friendships, relationships, jobs, or situations where you are treated like less. You start walking away because you realize no one has the right to stand on a pedestal above you. And if they think they do, it's because you allowed it. People only have the power you hand to them. When you realize no one is above you, you stop comparing. Comparison is poison. It makes you blind to your own uniqueness because you're too busy measuring yourself against someone else's path. But the truth is, no one can do what you do in the way you do it. Your essence cannot be copied. Your energy cannot be duplicated. That is your power. The reason people may seem better is not because they are. It's because they dare to own their uniqueness while you hide yours. Think about how many times you've seen someone succeed and thought that they're better than me. No, they're not better. They just believed in themselves more. They didn't sit around asking for permission to shine. They didn't sit around waiting for the world to recognize them. They decided to recognize themselves first. That's the only difference. So imagine what happens when you stop handing out your power and finally recognize yourself. This isn't about arrogance. It's not about pretending you're flawless or superior. It's about finally understanding that you have equal value. You belong in every room you step into. You belong at every table you sit at. You belong in every opportunity you're drawn to. And if anyone tries to convince you otherwise, it's because they see your potential and they feel threatened by it. The people who know their worth never try to make others feel small. Only insecure people do that. So stop treating others like gods and yourself like a servant. Stop begging for acceptance. Stop thinking you need to prove yourself to be worthy of respect. You already are. The moment you claim that truth, people begin to treat you differently. Respect yourself first, and you'll never again tolerate being treated like less. You also notice your relationships transform. The moment you understand no one is above you, you stop clinging to toxic connections. You stop lowering your standards. You stop running after people who ignore you, disrespect you, or play games with your time. Why? Because you finally see that they are not superior. They are not special. They are not above you. They are just people. And if they don't value you, you simply move on. That kind of self-respect is magnetic. When you no longer beg for scraps, you attract people who are ready to match your worth. And the truth is, you can't rise until you stop worshiping others. As long as you see people as better, you'll always play small. But the moment you see everyone as equal, you free yourself. You free yourself from jealousy, from comparison, from insecurity. You free yourself from thinking you need to prove yourself to belong. You already belong. So the next time you look at someone and feel inferior, remind yourself of this. No one is above you. Their success doesn't diminish yours. Their beauty doesn't erase yours. Their strength doesn't cancel out your power. There is room for all of us to shine, and you don't need to dim your light for anyone. Carry yourself like you are equal, because you are. Look people in the eye, speak with calm assurance. Stop apologizing for existing. You don't need to bow your head. You don't need to shrink. You don't need to beg for space. You were born worthy, and no one can take that from you.
No one is above you. The only question is, when will you start living like it, act as if until you become? That is the secret. No one tells you. Everything in life begins in the mind before it becomes real. Every success, every achievement, every transformation starts as a belief, and the fastest way to shift your belief is to act as if it's already true. You don't wait for proof. You don't wait for validation. You don't wait until you feel ready. You act now, because the way you act shapes who you become.
Most people live the other way around. They say, once I feel confident, I'll speak up. Once I have money, I'll act successful. Once I am loved, I'll feel worthy. But that mindset keeps them trapped forever. If you're waiting for external circumstances to give you permission to change, you'll be waiting your whole life. The truth is, you have to go first. You have to embody the version of yourself you want to become before you see the evidence. That is how reality bends to your belief.
When you act as if you're confident, your body language changes, you walk taller, you hold eye contact, you speak with certainty, and people respond to that energy. Suddenly, opportunities appear, conversations open, and respect is given. Not because you earned it by waiting, but because you decided to embody it first. Your reality shifts when your behavior shifts.
When you act as if you're worthy, you stop chasing people who don't value you. You stop accepting less than you deserve. You stop begging for love, attention, or recognition. You start setting standards, and you start walking away from anything that doesn't meet them. At first, it feels uncomfortable, but soon it becomes natural. You become the person who only allows respect, and people begin treating you accordingly. When you act as if you're successful, you start making choices differently. You don't think like a failure. You don't dwell in lack. You start dressing with intention, moving with purpose, making decisions from abundance rather than fear. And those small actions compound. They build momentum. They slowly shift your reality until one day you look around and realize you've become exactly who you were pretending to be. That's the beauty of acting as if. It's not pretending, it's practicing. You are rehearsing the life you want to live until it becomes second nature. And the more you repeat it, the faster you align with it. At first, it feels like a costume. You might even feel like an imposter, but that feeling is proof you are growing. That discomfort is your old self dying and your new self being born. Think about every great person you admire. Do you think they waited until they felt ready before they acted? No. They acted as if They carried themselves with the energy of someone who belonged in the rooms they were in, even before anyone else believed it. And eventually, the world had no choice but to catch up. The world always catches up to those who are bold enough to embody their future self before the world sees it.
The truth is, the mind cannot tell the difference between imagination and reality. If you act as if long enough, your brain starts wiring itself to believe it's already true. Your nervous system calms, your doubts fade, and your habits transform. You begin to attract people and opportunities that match this new identity. That is not luck. That is alignment. So stop saying, when I become confident, I'll act differently. No, start acting differently now and confidence will follow. Stop saying, when I'm successful, I'll start treating myself better. No, treat yourself better now and success will find you. Stop saying, when someone loves me, I'll feel worthy. No, feel worthy now and love will appear. That is how the cycle is broken. It all starts with you, with your decision, with your willingness to act before you feel ready. And understand this, no one is coming to give you permission. No one is going to tap you on the shoulder and say, okay, now you're allowed to step into your power. You have to give yourself that permission. You have to crown yourself. You have to decide that the version of you that you dream about is already here and start living from that energy. Yes, people may laugh. Yes, people may not understand, but that's fine. They can only see your presence while you are already living in your future. That is why you will always be misunderstood at first. But keep going. Keep acting as if. Keep carrying yourself with that quiet certainty. Because one day those same people will look at you and wonder how you became so magnetic, so powerful, so unstoppable. And the answer will always be the same. You acted as if until you became. So remember this, you are not waiting for life to happen to you. You are creating it. The energy you embody now is shaping the reality you will live tomorrow. Walk like the best, speak like the best, think like the best, and soon you won't be acting anymore. You will be.